Game show contestants have to overcome a lot in order to emerge from the experience unscathed. There's money at stake, pressure to win, and just the general stress of being on television for what's probably the first and only time in their lives. It's not surprising, in other words, when the stress makes them screw up big time. Thankfully, the internet grants these moments immortality, and we found some of the best ones. The worst Wheel of Fortune contestant ever. Indiana University honor student Julian Batts, also known as the worst Wheel of Fortune contestant ever, put in an especially awful performance on the show that found him offering not one, not two, but 3 forehead-slapping answers. First, he flubbed the pronunciation of Achilles.
Mythological hero Achilles.
Fair enough, let's just assume he never studied Greek mythology and he isn't a Brad Pitt fan. Next, he blew an incredibly easy chance to win a car.
C.
Can I solve?
Yeah.
The world's fastest man.
Yeah, that's it.
But his guess on this puzzle was this.
On the spot dice spin.
This guy thinks dice spin is one word, and he also thinks you spin dice. Needless to say, it was not Indiana University's finest moment in the spotlight. Another Wheel of Misfortune. Okay, you've got 3 letters remaining in this puzzle. You're probably gonna solve, right? Well, that wasn't contestant Casey's plan. Instead, she made an on-the-spot dice spin. Every hardcore wheel watcher knows she's playing with fire, but she lucks out. After guessing the G in nightclub, she gets to pick up the $10,000. But then, when most sane people would have solved the puzzle, which only had 2 letters left, Casey goes and does this.
What do you want to do?
Spin!
Oh, okay.
Casey's playing the game show equivalent of Russian roulette at this point. The wheel barely makes it one peg past bankrupt. This is complete insanity. All she has to do to get that money is say X or V. You know, the only letters left in the word exclusive.
A letter.
A K!
No, Casey, just no. Romantic geometry. Jeopardy is always leaned toward the brainier side of televised game shows. It takes itself seriously. Well, at least more seriously than some of the competition.
Fart in the bed.
That's why it was so surprising when contestant Kara had this response to the clue.
If Andy yearns for Brenda and Brenda cares about Charlene, who pines for Andy, the 3 of them form one of these. Kara.
What is a threesome?
To be fair, her answer isn't necessarily wrong, but it isn't necessarily right either. The answer, of course, was love triangle. Host Alex Trebek, a seasoned pro, went in for the kill.
Kara has obviously had much more experience than I.
Trebek, you old scoundrel. Listening helps. Family Feud contestant Holly just wanted to win the face-off to give her family the chance to pass or play. So she didn't even let host Steve Harvey finish the question.
Name something a woman does for her baby that she... Yes.
Changes its diaper.
Bad move, Holly. She probably should have let Steve finish reading his card.
Name something a woman does for her baby that she also does for her hubby.
On the other hand, maybe she and her husband have an understanding. Who are we to judge? You do you, Holly. Some couples are truly made for each other. The Newlywed Game hangs its entire premise on the uncomfortable reality that couples may not know each other as well as they think they do. In Gloria and Joe's case, this couldn't be further from the truth. When asked,
how many decades will your husband say his mother has lived?
Gloria visibly realizes the trouble her husband Joe would have with this answer, and yet she confidently states,
10 decades.
10 decades.
The audience laughs and thinks this is ridiculous, but then Joe comes back out and we see that Gloria knows her husband better than he knows himself.
Oh, I don't know what a decade is. 44th birthday, so she'd be
good.
It's 4 years a decade. She'd be 10 decades.
10 decades.
Joe, hold on to Gloria and never let her go. You'll never find a woman who understands and accepts you like she does. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch more videos like the one you just saw. And leave us a comment to let us know which game show fails you think should have made the list.